For one thing, Australia seemed like going somewhere else. You know, if we were to tour Cambodia, I didn't know there was a scene in Cambodia at the time, or Myanmar. Even Thailand, we've heard there was a small scene in Thailand, but we weren't so sure. But it seemed that Australia had the infrastructure, and it had the, like if we got there, we could ask somebody, hey, you know, we want to get a van to tour, can you help? And somebody would have the answer, instead of going down to, say, Indonesia and asking and we're not really so sure what's going on. This was 2000, so it was a long time ago. The people were not there. I think the cogs in the machine was not there. So we thought, yeah, go down Australia. And in Australia, since bands tour anyways, there would be some banged up van that some band has used a billion times before we could use. There's all this second-hand stuff, second-hand guitars, second-hand amps, because we couldn't go with our own equipment. So doing it DIY means going light and hoping that things there are cheaper and hoping that the DIY community or the punk community would help. Everywhere. So what happened was we released this album called Smile for the Revolution, which is basically a pop punk record. Nothing hardcore, very pop punk, very happy, you know. Then we got an email from this guy in Australia. And the guy said, hey, I got your CD, but it's a bootleg CD. That was a really nice guy, man. It was a really nice guy. I can't remember his name, but I got your CD, it's a bootleg CD. And I told him, yeah, we can't get the CDs to you because it's expensive. So, you know, you go bootleg whatever you want, you know, whatever money you make, you know. It's good, it's fine, you know, everybody's happy. I get my music out there and you make a buck. So like a week or two later, say, hey, you want to come play Australia? Like, yeah. I think that's pretty much where Australia, yeah, why not? Yeah, let's play Australia. And because of that show, we started asking around, and we got like 4 different cities and about 3 shows in each. And then we found out the price of going. So there was no Air Asia, it was MAS. Yeah, the MAS that's in trouble. Yeah. But it was difficult, so we had to spend a lot of money getting tickets. We sold a lot with the things we had, our TV, the fridge, the record player, vinyl, my comic books, yeah, just to get enough money to go. And even then, we had to borrow money from friends. Yeah. So we got down the flight, and being a band that was going to be on tour, I got dressed up and I got the leather jacket with lots of brilliant patches, and I borrowed this other punk band's guitar case with awesome patches, because you're arriving, right? And I got this like nice little mohawk thing happening with like long hair up down here, and I had this really cool Coroner No More Color t-shirt, just like one of my favorite Lucky t-shirt, and like ripped jeans and a boot cut, with boot cut, and like these boots, the same boots by the way, same boots. I walked in there with a bag, like yeah, and we got our passport stamp, because back then it was the ETA. I don't know whether it's still the ETA, but you didn't need a visa to get in, so you just need ETA. It's like electronic thing, authority something. So we walked past, and then the guy was like, "Excuse me, sir." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Can we look in your bags?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And I looked out, and I could see it was over there. And I'm like, okay. So I opened the bags. And in the bags, see what we were trying to do on our first tour. On that tour was bring Malaysia with us. Bring Kuala Lumpur with us. What we could find. So before the tour, we'd taken friends' CDs and cassettes, So there were some CDs, some zines. We asked for some zines so we can bring Malaysia on tour with us. One, it's good to get the merchandise out there. Good. Two, I thought that having a local band was more attractive to sell than having a bootleg Pennywise CD, you know. So we brought that, and we brought 40 tour T-shirts, which we printed here, and we divided into two. So one was for my drummer and one's for myself. So when they opened the bag and started looking through the stuff, and all they saw was, I think there were 2 pairs of jeans, a couple of T-shirts, and everything else just merchandise, right? They were like, okay. And then they picked up the zines, and a lot of zines at the time that were coming out of KL were not fun zines, they were political zines, you know? So they were all this, like, anti-government stuff, which was the idea. The idea was to see that, to bring stuff out. So we were looking through it, and they were saying, oh man, Dr. M wouldn't be happy with this. I'm like, yeah, okay, but let us go. And then they were like, can we look at your wallet? Can we see your passports? We like giving stuff up. And all this time thinking this was normal. Because I had never left the country before. This was my first time getting on a flight into another place. So I thought this was normal, man. They don't want to have a look at this. So what they did was, they looked at my wallet, and I had about 150 Aussie dollars. That really like bright looking money. Beautiful, beautiful money. And they were like, oh, is this all you have? I said, yes. How long do you intend to stay? And I was like, we're going to be here for a month. And they were like, all right, can you follow us to the office? And they were like, yeah, okay, we'll follow you to the office. We got to the office, they put my drummer in one room, they put me in another room. They sat down, they go like, why are you here? We were told by our contact that we shouldn't say that we were a touring band. Yeah, they grilled us for about like a couple of hours. I told them, let me see the internet, and apparently in the Australian airport there was no internet. The immigration officer said to me that there was no internet at the airport, and therefore I could not check my email to show them that we were there to play a couple of shows. When the fact was, in KL there was a cyber cafe in almost every street. Yeah. So they gave us a chance to make a couple of phone calls, and we did. Unfortunately, it was a Friday night, and we thought, being smart, we thought we'd arrive and we'd surprise the guys. We are here! Calling from the airport, we are here. Stupid, very, very stupid, because the guys went out and we were drinking. So we called and nobody picked up, and they thought, what's happening? And then 3 hours later, they let us go have a cigarette outside, and I had a look at Brisbane from the balcony of the airport. Just nice. And I told my drummer, we'll come back, man, we'll come in a couple of days, don't worry, man, don't worry. He was distraught, he was destroyed, man. He was destroyed because, it took a lot out of him to come out. So then we were escorted to the departure hall, and I picked up a tour T-shirt. I gave one to the guys. I said, we'll be back in a couple of days. And I was so sure we'll be back in a couple of days, man. I'm telling you, man, I was so sure. So we got there, and I've never been back. I've never been back to Australia since. You went, and you couldn't make it, and shit. And I heard the some bands trying to make it, and they always say, yeah, like Spunky. Like, wow. Not only were we the first band to try to go out, but with that the reference point. Oh, you didn't make it? You mean like Spunky? With a spunky thing. But to be absolutely honest, no, I didn't want to go visit there again. Which is why the tour next year to Thailand was big. It's a big thing, because it took a lot to go on tour again. But after that, no.